Hello guys, this is What About Nintendo, and today I'm back with another news update video. In this video, I'll be talking about how Breath of the Wild is not going to be getting any more content. So let's get right on into it. So, obviously Breath of the Wild is one of the biggest games out there. It's huge, it has a lot of content, it's the biggest Zelda game they've ever made. I mean, easily you can spend well over 100 hours in this game, and they just added 2 new DLC packs to the game, so there's a lot of content here, and some people have been wondering, will they add more content? Next Christmas, are we going to see, or next holiday, or whatever you want to call it, are we going to see, more new content for Breath of the Wild? And no, we will not. Aonuma, the head of the development for Breath of the Wild, has officially confirmed to Famitsu that the Champion's Ballad is the finale to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it's complete. The game is not getting any new content, and in fact, they're already working on the next Zelda game. Now, it's very interesting to me because there's a lot of different ways they could go with this. I was thinking that, I don't know if it's obvious, but in my opinion, I did not think that they would add any more content to Breath of the Wild. It was just, I felt like it was complete. They got two DLC packs for the, the main game. I didn't even think that they were gonna have any DLC. Personally, I just thought it was gonna be the game. I think that's you don't even need the DLC, to be honest. That game has so much freaking content. I mean, I could have paid $100 and been satisfied with how much I've played this game. Well over 100 hours. I know some people who have 200, 300 hours in this game. Huge game. I have over 115, I think, 120, and I've not gotten all the shrines, not even close to all the Korok seeds, and I haven't even beat the DLC. So a lot of stuff in this game. But also what interests me is that they said they're already working on the next Zelda game. And I'm wondering, will this be a Majora's Mask situation? Are they going to use the Breath of the Wild engine? Probably some refined version of it, because that was built for the Wii U. Obviously, it could look a lot better on the Switch with a much more horsepower, way better CPU, twice as much RAM. Obviously, Breath of the Wild isn't exactly the best. Breath of the Wild, while it looks great on the Switch, it's not the full capabilities of what that system can do. I know it has some frame rate issues. That's not because the system can't run it. It's literally because the Wii U architecture is so crap that it did not move very well to the Switch, and they did not have enough time to optimize it. If they made a new one from the ground up, if they use the Breath of the Wild engine and they modify it to work better with the Switch, and they refine it to look better, a little bit better, maybe get 1080p out of it, they could easily in 2 or 3 years come out with a Majora's Mask type game for the Switch, using all the same assets, or a few more assets. Obviously, Majora's Mask didn't use all the same assets, but it used a lot of the same assets or similar assets. And it used the same exact engine as Ocarina of Time. I think if they do that for Breath of the Wild, they could come out, just 2-3 years later and have, an entirely new game. Will it be as big of a world? Will it be, the same kind of open air kind of feel? I don't know. Majora's Mask wasn't exactly the same feel as Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time felt a little bigger, I guess, in a way. It had a lot more dungeons than Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask was kind of focused more on the story of things, and it was focused on, like, the crazy, the moon's coming to crush everything, and it had this cool time, aspect to it. It had a lot of different things that made it feel different than Ocarina of Time, while still using the same kind of engine, a lot of the same assets, while they did have more. They did have some new assets, but it used a lot of the same ones. And I think they could do the same thing with Breath of the Wild. Maybe make it a more story, make the next one a more story-driven game. Still have a big world. Obviously, I don't think they're just gonna be like, no, not open world at all, completely linear. I don't think they'll do that. I think it'll still have a big world. I don't think it'll be as big as Breath of the Wild, though. Although, when you don't have to make a new engine, that shaves off a lot of time. So maybe we'll see a new open world Breath of the Wild type of game. It's really hard to say. At this point, I'm just kind of speculating here. But I found it very interesting that they said, Breath of the Wild is done. It's complete, and they're moving on to the next Zelda game. So I think in 2-3 years, we could at least hear about a new Zelda game, or maybe even, 3 years from now we could be playing a brand new Zelda game, depending on what they go with this. It's very hard to say. Maybe they'll want to go with a new engine. Maybe they'll want to use the engine that they showed off, that Wii U tech demo that was based off of Twilight Princess. Maybe they'll go with that engine. That was a great engine. It looked really good. And in fact, some people like that to Breath of the Wild. Personally, I like Breath of the Wild. I wouldn't say I like it better, but I like it just as much as I did like that tech demo. So, and it was a different style. I liked it in different ways than I liked that tech demo. That tech demo definitely, I think, as far as the graphical fidelity, kind of showcases that more. But Breath of the Wild's engine has a very, artistic feel to it in a way. So I like both engines the same. Well, we don't know what they'll do here, obviously. But I kind of have a feeling that in 3 years, I think maybe in 2 years we could be seeing a new Zelda game, and 3 years maybe we might even be playing a brand new 3D Zelda game. It's really hard to say. But anyways, that's all for this video. Most of it was speculation. I'm not even sure if I can really call this a news video. Some of it was news, a lot of it was just me speculating. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you like that kind of format, where I just kind of speculate about things in these news videos. It's kind of what I like to do. So let me know down in the comments what you think of that. But also let me know down in the comments what you think of the fact that Zelda Breath of the Wild is finished. There won't be any more new content, and they're already working hard on the next Zelda game. And I'll see you guys later on What About Nintendo. Bye!